the Australian Prime Minister says an incident where a Chinese fighter jet released flares in front of an Australian military plane this week was unsafe. Yesterday, the Defence Minister revealed the interaction happened on Tuesday in the South China Sea. For more on this, we're joined by our political reporter Pablo Vinales at Parliament House. Pablo, good morning. What more do we know about this incident?
Mel, good morning to you. Well, unprofessional and unsafe is how the Australian government is describing this incident that happened over the disputed South China Sea. We know that on Tuesday, a Chinese PLA military jet came within about 30 metres of a RAF aircraft dropping flares. Thankfully, no one was injured and the aircraft was not damaged. It is similar to a close encounter that happened in 2022. The Chinese military at the time released a vision of that incident. Australia has raised its concerns with Beijing over the incident, saying it was a dangerous interaction, and the Defence Minister has called for all interactions to be safe and professional. Now, Beijing has also responded to this, saying it was an intrusion and a deliberate intrusion into China's airspace, accusing Australia of jeopardising China's national security. Now, we heard from the Prime Minister earlier this morning speaking about this incident.
We have made representations through our normal diplomatic channels. We regard this action as unsafe. We've made that clear. We've made it public as well as in private.
And Pablo, the opposition has raised questions about why it was revealed yesterday. What has the opposition leader said about the encounter?
Yeah, Peter Dutton is questioning why the Prime Minister didn't speak about this when Parliament was in session, when the government found out about the incident, suggesting that he should have informed the Parliament when it was in session. This is what he had to say earlier this morning.
Well, it's obviously very concerning and it's incredibly unsafe. So the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, didn't say anything yesterday in Parliament, but waited until Parliament had finished, and then Richard Marles did a press conference to provide details. So we haven't had a briefing on it as yet, but on what the Deputy Prime Minister says, it is deeply concerning because it puts at risk the safety of our personnel, and that is not something that Australia can tolerate.
We should note that we have heard from the Defence Minister, who says that the Australian government was seeking answers and investigating this as soon as it happened, that it raised these concerns with the Chinese government, and that is the reason why it has taken a couple of days for the government to go public with this. Separately, the ADF has also revealed it is monitoring 3 Chinese warships in the Coral Sea northeast of Australia. Chinese media reporting that frigates have conducted a real combat exercise, though we should note this is seen, it's not believed to be linked to this incident earlier this week. Mel.